I've lived in Boston for years now, but I still haven't figured out the best way to get around. There are many options, none perfect. I've tried walking, running, skateboarding, taking the bus, and even the occasional ferry. But nothing's stuck. For the most part, I ride my bike. I have an electric one with a big milk crate in the back for groceries. It's pretty convenient. But I recently decided to start taking the T again. They put a lot of work into making it faster, so I thought, why not give it a shot? The T is better than my bike in a lot of ways. You can sit and relax, read a book, and no one's trying to run you over. The subway's been pretty good, but I have one major issue with it. I can never seem to be on time. On my bike, I can leave whenever I want, but with the T, I'm at the mercy of the MBTA schedule. I'm always either too early and waiting on the platform forever, or the train is just about to leave, and suddenly I'm sprinting through the gates, up the stairs, and diving into the car like an asshole. I'm incredibly impatient, so this is basically ruining my life. If instead I knew exactly when to leave to get to the station exactly when the train arrives, that would solve all my problems. And I think I've figured out how. A Raspberry Pi is a tiny computer that connects to the internet and runs programs. It's pretty much the answer to all of my problems. The first thing we need is data. I started by tracking every time I walked from my apartment in Beacon Hill to my nearest station, Charles MGH.
4 minutes, 25 seconds. 4 minutes, 13 seconds. 4 minutes, 3 seconds. 4 minutes, 17 seconds.
To cover the full range of conditions, I also simulated walking while carrying groceries, in the rain, and mid-phone call. On average, it took me 4 minutes, 14 seconds to get to the station. Speed is the first piece, next is timing. For this to work, I need precise real-time data on exactly where the trains are. Luckily for me, I have a CS degree. Okay, so the MBTA publishes real-time train data that we can pull down and plug into this program that I wrote, which uses my measured walking speeds to calculate exactly when to leave my apartment. We can take that program and plug it into this little computer that I have, which is connected to my internet, and mount it somewhere in my apartment with this display, which is going to tell me one of three things. First, go now. This means that the program calculated, using real-time data and my walking speed, that heading to the station now will perfectly time the next train so I wouldn't have to wait. The perfect window. Second, wait mode. This is the opposite. Leaving now, I'd either miss the train or be stuck waiting on the platform, so just keep doing what you're doing and wait for the next one. There is one thing I hate more than waiting. Every once in a while, there'll be a train closure delay that I don't know about, making me late to wherever I'm going. These always catch me by surprise, so I added a secret third option, last chance mode. This is a failsafe that detects whenever there's about to be a large delay in the schedule, so that I know it's my last chance to get on board before the entire line shuts down. The chip in the LCD cost me about $20. By my estimate, it should save me about 5 minutes every week. Worth it. The Boston Public Library is the most beautiful building in the city. I come here a lot. It's at a pretty central location, and I love writing in the Grand Hall. But getting there is a hassle. The library is by Copley Square on the Green Line, so I have to transfer trains at Park Street. I hate Park Street. It's always packed and loud and generally unpleasant. I'm always stuck waiting here for a train. It's pretty much ruining my life. But if I could time it so the red line pulls in just as the green line is about to arrive, that would solve all my problems. The problem with Park Street is it's always too crowded, which means if I'm trying to make a transfer, I'm fighting my way off the train, through the crowd, and up the stairs like an asshole. To mitigate this, I figured out that standing at the third door on the second train gives me a clear lane to the stairs and lets me pass the entire crowd. Okay, so the math here should be pretty simple. You need to catch a train that arrives at Park Street just about 30 seconds before a Green Line train arrives, which is just up that platform. Luckily, the B, C, and D lines all go to Kenmore, so we just need to catch one of those trains. I updated the program to calculate when the transfer is possible. Now let's see if it works.
Perfect timing.
Hello?
Yo, me and Chada are about to eat dinner. Are you close?
Yo, I think I'm gonna be late.
Oh, what's going on?
The tea is delayed.
Tea's running late?
I think there's like a disabled train or something.
How long do you think you're gonna be?
I have no idea, dude. I'll get there.
I have the best friends in the world. They're my favorite thing about Boston. We've shared so many fond memories, and they're people I truly depend on. Like my friend Aya. Aya is one of my favorite people in the world. We've gone on so many adventures together, and she's someone I've trusted with my life, literally. I love my friends. But oh my god, can they be late. Aya's gonna be late. I hate being the asshole who's always pestering everyone about being late. But if I'm able to help my friends be a little bit more on time, that would solve all of my problems. I need to build more. A lot more.
What's up?
What's up, dude? So, you know how, like, you're always late to everything?
Everything is a lot, but yes.
I got you a gift. I got you a Christmas gift. I got you this.
Oh my god! Yo! The doohickey!
So this is a Raspberry Pi that is connected to the MBTA.
And it will tell you when the Porter Square train is coming.
Nice.
And it will tell you when to leave the apartment.
Does it know how long it takes to get from my apartment to Porter Square?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I could use that. What does this big red button do?
I also added a button they can press, which will tell me they're on their way, for coordination. Conversely, I also added a button on my device that tells them to hurry up.
Do you think this will be useful?
Absolutely. Me and my friends were talking about making this for buses when we left at the last place we did.
We can do buses next.
Oh, it accounts for delays. That's cool. I guess we're gonna put it to the test. See if it actually works. See if I'm gonna be late to my next engagement.
What the fuck? Okay, that's good.